everybody. How are you this evening? This is Brown Sugar Confessions coming live to you right now on YouTube, Facebook, or on Instagram. We are everywhere. Make sure if you haven't done so, you like and subscribe, you follow us because we are going to jump into a very sexy, fun show. We've missed our lives for 2 weeks, and we are back going to kick it off with a crazy show. I am so excited for this show, and you're going to find out why in a minute. But before we do that, you know it's time to bring up these beautiful co-hosts. Miss Treese, how are you?
I am doing amazing. It is like 80 degrees up here, which is unheard of. It was 85 today. So I practiced for Hidu. I laid out on my back deck
Yeah,
naked.
like a champ.
Naked,
Like a champ.
naked.
Practice my poses, make sure you get the right amount of butt cheek and
Uh-huh.
sidage. Um, and I'm just hanging out. Side note, everybody, please make sure you are getting all your physicals and your mammograms and your pap smears and your prostate exams because
Yes,
you're slacking on those. I don't want to say you're asking for trouble, but be proactive. Mine came
exactly.
back good today, so I'm excited.
Yay,
Hooray. Thank
congratulations.
you.
That is awesome. That's a good note. Get in there, ladies and gents, whatever your gender is, and get those exams done and out of the way. It is all about preventative care. Get those colonoscopies. My husband had a colonoscopy a couple weeks ago. Oh, the prep work for that. Oh, y'all don't know about that yet.
I,
Just
d-
wait till you get
Oh no, we
I
know.
don't
We've seen it.
know. I know I've heard of it, but like I don't know the process. Do
it.
I want to
Well,
know the process? Oh, okay. So I got time.
no, not
Cool.
until you're 50. Let's
I
just
got
go
time.
on with
Bet.
the show. KD, what's up with you, beautiful?
Yeah, just winding down from a very eventful past 2 weeks. Everyone who is sitting here today is aware that I have held a very large event. I had a wonderful dancer join me from Egypt, and we had a very lovely show, some workshops. It was really great. The week prior to that, I had my students. So, as everyone knows, I am a dance instructor. So, my students had a performance.
Mhm.
So, I got to watch them perform. Then we had this big show. I had house guests. Everyone whose face is on this screen right now has been to my house recently. Now I got to put everything back together before we hit the road. So, just getting myself ready. As you see, I'm just looking any old kind of way today because it's just been that busy of a last couple of weeks. But I am excited for some time off to just sit back and relax, dig my feet through some sand. Let's go.
Let's go. You did a wonderful event. We'll talk about that a little later on, but it was absolutely wonderful. And I'm surprised you came on
Mhm.
tonight because I know you must have been tired after all that effort you put into it. I figured you'd just be laid out in bed sleeping, but I'm so glad to see your beautiful face, love. Miss T in the
Oh man. So all I
ATL.
can
What's
say,
up with
because
you?
if
How's
you
life in
if you
Georgia?
don't know Radio Land, YouTube Land, my birthday was this past weekend. So your girl has leveled up by one, and I got
Happy
to spend it with
birthday.
all the wonderful ladies here that's on the screen. I was the resident of
Oh,
KD's couch for a few days. It was great. Had scary movie marathon with our Egyptian instructor and
uh-huh.
ate all the cheese in her house and probably at her nearest Wegmans as well. So it was a wonderful party. But also speaking about parties, and I know it's been like catching like wildfire on the internet. We've all heard about it. The upcoming Freaknik documentary. Yes.
Yes,
And
I heard about it. So tell us what, like, go into all the details about Freaknik. 'Cause I don't think a lot of people know what
so
Freaknik is, and
Freaknik
I don't
was
really know that
big
much
in
about it.
Atlanta, and
So
Katie
explain
actually
what it is
gave me
first. Yeah.
a little bit of information that I didn't know of, and then it was funny because a friend of mine who is also from Philly had posted about it, and this also confirmed it. That Freaknik was an offshoot of what was it called in Philly, Katie?
I don't know if it was actually an offshoot, but I know Philadelphia had its own thing that kind of was like maybe Freaknik like, because I don't think it was that bad, but it was called the
Right.
Greek Festival.
So Freaknik got started in the 80s by some students that were from a DC Metro club in at Spelman. And it was held for the people who could not afford to go home during spring break. So it was kind of like a little so they all could get together, hang out, party. And as all things that happen, as long as you keep it going and enough people find out, it spirals into a bigger event and a bigger event, and it gets so big that it spirals out of control. So the last Freaknik festival was held, I want to say, in 1999 was when the city of Atlanta was like, okay, we got to shut it down. You are getting way too wild. We cannot contain this. We're going to end it. And then they tried to bring it back in 2019 for a 20-year event thing. But I think it happened, but it wasn't as big. It didn't have the same spark. And that had been kind of like a debate for the city for the past couple of years is one, should they bring Freaking back, like officially? And two, will it even carry the same magic as it did before? But with that being said, here comes the documentary, because this is also during the time, the 90s were a time where the internet wasn't off into the rocket. So people were doing all kinds of crazy stuff and it wasn't getting filmed. Unfortunately, there are some people who are always filming at big parties like this. Think about the Girls Gone Wild, those type of videos, taxi cab confessions, what have you. So now all that footage might be coming out, and it's got some people of a certain timeline a little bit shook.
So that is coming out. So are there some stars that are
I don't think
worried
it's
about,
really
being
like
put out there
celebrities
on
that are
that?
worried about it. I think it's more of people who might be around my age, KD's age, Tracy's age, who had parents that were avid Freaknik party goers.
Oh, you mean like my
No, not
age?
our parents. No,
Like
no. It would
siblings,
have been our
cousins, but
older
like I'm saying,
siblings
like
for
in terms
sure,
of like
because
the younger
we're
people, the people who are talking about now, like, oh man, I don't want to see like my mom or my aunt out here. Oh, we're about to see
yeah.
somebody's dad doing some stupid stuff,
Oh,
So a lot of people are like, you got to start
right,
preparing
right,
for
right.
this. There are a lot of people are shook. And then also, one thing I learned, because I thought it was already out the way people were talking about it, turns out that it's not scheduled to be out yet until at least maybe April of next year, 2024.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
talking about it
Oh,
already. It must got
wow.
some real
Yeah.
stuff if they're already talking
So
about it.
it's got to
It's
be
got to
some
have
juice
some
if it's
juice.
catching on wildfire like
Okay,
that.
so
But from what I was finding, and it could
yeah.
change by the time this reaches your ears, Radio Land. But it's scheduled for. They said it was scheduled for Freaknik's 40th anniversary, which if I understand correctly, would be next year.
Wow. Okay. Well, I know I'm not in that documentary, and I don't have any sisters to worry about. But okay, let's see who's mama gonna be in this documentary
Your
and
mama?
daddy acting up. Oh, you in the documentary, Teresa? Or your mama?
My mama been to a Freaknik. I saw her
Okay.
dress. We purposely had a family
She
reunion
go to
in
Freaknik?
Atlanta, and
Oh, good.
because my mama and daddy and my dad's cousins, everybody came to the house. I remember it because my mama had on some Daisy Dukes, and I was like, "Where
Uh
you going?" And she's like, "Mind your business." And we
oh.
didn't see them for the next day, so I fully expect to see
Not
Sassy
sassy.
acting a fool out there.
Oh, not sassy.
Mm.
I
We
fully
gonna
expect to see it.
Good. All right, Catrice, you got to report back to see if you see your mama on this video a year later, because we
I
want to know
fully
if your mama
expect to
out there.
take a video at Hidu, and if I see my mama next year, I'm gonna play that song. She get it from her
Oh
mama, with my mama for Freaknik
no,
and me.
See, y'all just got
no.
that special kind of mama daughter relationship. But we going to people.
I
Y'all raising
mean,
y'all's hands?
it's
Are
the
y'all
freak
doing
dance,
something?
right? We
Y'all
getting
doing
ready
freak?
for our trip.
Okay. Okay. We getting ready. And we're getting ready. So tonight we are going to talk about some of the top destinations for sexy couple getaways. For the last 3 weeks, you recall, we had Charlie and Kat on here, and we were talking about swingers and how they meet up, what they do, and all that good stuff. Well, tonight we're going to talk about some destinations where you can go and check them out and have some experiences. So let's just jump into it. I've got my list. I hope everyone is logging on. We want you right now on YouTube. You can ask questions about which resort we're talking about, whatever you want to know. We don't have any specials. We are not endorsing them. I'm just sharing them because I've taught at a lot of them and I know of most of them. So let's just run through this list.
Oh wait, quick question, Dr. Val.
So
how many resorts have you
baby girl.
taught at? I know you said a lot, but like, what is a lot numerically? Oh, it's taking way too long to answer. It is a lot.
Probably about 15, 20.
Whoa!
Probably about 15 or 20.
How many continents?
Yeah. Over my few years. Oh, now you're gonna really tax my brain here. I don't know how many continents. I've traveled to all continents, but as far as teaching, if you want to count one of the cruise ships where I taught on, we traveled, it was maybe all of them. I would say
nice.
I've been on every continent teaching somewhere or something. So up first, I got the list is Hedo. So hedonism in Jamaica, Negril. So let's talk about the most famous resort. I think you guys have seen it on various television shows and specials. So Hedo has two sides. It has a nude side and a prude side. So the nude side is you must be nude. The security will stop you and say to enter,
gotta be naked.
Please take all your clothes off. Because they want to make sure that there is just no people just, what do you call
stalkers?
Oh God, just left my brain cell.
Looky-loos?
Voyeurs?
Looky-loos. Yeah, what do you call that? Voyeur, thank you. It left my brain. Yes, voyeurs. So they want to make sure there's no just plain old voyeurs out there. So everyone is all buff. And then they have the prude side. On that side of the beach, you can keep your clothes on, your swimsuit on, you just do you. But to cross over and go where the action is, you have to take everything off. So you got to strip, right? Yes. So the resort was recently redone. The rooms have all been refurbished and upgraded. I was in an upgraded room about 4 years ago. I think they had me. Lovely room, by the way. So if you're worrying about it from yesteryear of Hedo, I'm saying Hedo like trees, Hedo, then no, it is now upgraded. Everything is top of the line, beautiful rooms and suites. They have a nice swimming pool. They have a bar, a swim up bar. They have a huge hot tub that holds, I don't know, 100, 200
That's
people,
a lot of
I
people.
guess, depending.
For a hot tub.
That's a lot of people. So the action, then they have like a little wading pool, like a little walk and a little wading pool. They do have on that side, they have is it 24 hour or is it up to 3 o'clock? I can't remember, but they call it the late night pizza run. So, for those that want to have pizza or burgers or some jerk chicken, after 2 o'clock, you go to this little section by the hot tub when you're done playing. Because I've told you this before, players, when they get done playing, they want to eat. So really good pizza. You tell them what you want on it, and the guys really are good. They make some good pizza, jerk chicken, French fries, all the good stuff, hamburger, hot dogs, like people going to eat. It's all inclusive. So, all of your alcohol is there. All of your food is there. But let me go back to the play stuff, which you guys really want to know, right? So it's really about, you can be a swinger. You just might want to be around people that are nude and not partake. That is your absolute right. No one's going to force anything on you. Or you might want to just do some soft play, which is like no penetration, just, kissing and fondling. But everyone is in a good mood. That's the one thing I will tell you. You don't see an angry swinger.
I would be kind
You
of
just
nervous if I saw an
don't.
angry swinger.
They are not. Yeah, they're not upset. I mean, sometimes you go on some of these cruises and people look like they're miserable. That they don't want to be there. You've ever been on vacation like that and seen that? You won't find this on these cruises. I have not seen it anyway. Everyone's happy, upbeat, just living their best life at that very moment because you're free without judgment. So they get it in however they want to get it in. So, the hot tub is where the action is. Around midnight, everyone kind of migrates down to the hot tub, and you're going to see all kinds of sights. Um, I personally like it when the Italians are there because the Italians come in with BDSM leather.
Italian is great. That sounds
It is
expensive.
some stank leather. I mean,
Oh
it is
man.
expensive too, Miss T. It's beautiful. I like the Italians that come in because they come styling in the BDSM wear. But you could just do whatever you want. So in this hot tub, people are doing the most. They always provide towels and there's showers for you. There is no lube or condoms. So you can bring your own, if I can recall correctly. But all the stuff is there, so you go and
Oh, that's
take
good
care
to
of
know. I
your
didn't know you need to bring
business.
your own condoms.
Everything's consensual. I believe so. I don't believe they have them. Maybe they do now.
Better safe than
I would say
sorry.
bring your own if you want to go. But better safe than be sorry. I always tell people to bring your own because what they have on site, maybe if they have lube, it's sponsored by. It might be not the lube that's going to work for your sensitive parts. So bring your own little love bag. That's what I like to call it, and have all your love toys in there so that you can play with what you're used to and your body's used to. So that goes on in the hot tub. They have games and fun things to do throughout the day. They have an amazing entertaining staff. Phenomenal. The main singer, his name is Winston. He's been there. He's like iconic. He's been there since I think they opened. I don't even know, since 2 years old. Who knows? I'm joking, Winston, if you're watching. But he's amazing, an amazing singer, very great dancers, very sexy shows. I mean, like top of the line shows. They really put an effort into giving you great entertainment while after dinner. They also now have
Ooh.
a Tantra temple, which looks like a Urt. I
Like
think it is
the
like
yeah.
Urt kind of design, like an igloo kind of thing. Yeah. Uh-huh. And the Tantra temple, they have all the mats on the floor. So they may have some Tantra specialists in there that teach you Tantra. I'm not sure if it's open for general play, but it's worth going checking out. Then they have this beautiful part that they added on. I want to call it, it's like a
Ooh.
Grecian kind of feel. So it's only walls. There's beautiful columns, showers. I think there's some lockers, but it's open sky. So, you're having your fun and you're around people and you're enclosed, but you're looking out in the sky at night. It's quite beautiful in the Grecian temple. So it is such a sexy place. Every night there's a theme night. So if you don't know, you know, you need to go check out the website because they have their theme nights announced where you dress up. They have Barbie night, for an example, casino night, whatever, of course, Jamaica night, they have that. And if you don't have anything, they have a great gift shop there. Um, the food is amazing. It's all about the food for me.
Like I'm gonna go play and then I'm gonna go eat.
It's all about the food. Yeah, it's all about the food. They have a huge buffet, absolutely morning, lunch, and dinner, huge buffet. Then they have the Italian restaurant, which is lovely. It's really, really good. It's a specialty restaurant, they called it. I don't believe there's an upcharge, but I believe you have to make reservations. Then they have another restaurant where it is a Japanese style. Again, reservations. I don't believe there's an upcharge. Then you go into the piano bar and they do something really cute for the first timers. If you don't know, they'll ask you if you're a first timer. And if you are, please raise your hand.
Okay.
I'm going to spoil the surprise.
I gotta know what I'm
for a
walking
second.
into.
You'll come for me. All right. So, yeah. So you're going to ask me questions. Yeah. So you go on top of the piano and you do the YMCA with your legs open, and move your legs are making the alphabet on the piano bar, and everyone's looking. Yes, What? Yes, yoga, stretch. Think about it, please. Yes. It was this. It was
So
the
I'm trying to
C
figure
for
out.
me.
That's what
The
like
C.
the
I couldn't quite get the C, and the L was a little tricky. But yeah, so the YMCA with your legs on the piano bar, which is kind of fun. Great
oh
disco. They have a foam party. The foam is over 5 feet, 6 feet probably, because I couldn't see. It was like over my head. But everyone's dancing, jumping around the foam party. But they also have. It's a great place for those that want to learn how to snorkel. I mean, not snorkel, scuba dive, because I think the scuba dive lessons are free for beginners. You just have to
oh
get your PADI certification, but they'll take you out. You can go out on the catamaran to Rick's Cafe and watch the jumpers. The guys from Rick's Cafe jump from the cliffs into the water. You can take out one of their kayaks and go to other islands. My husband and I have done that many times. To go to an island and we get fresh crab at somebody's island someplace. And then, of course, you walk the 7 Mile Beach, which I plan to do with y'all a lot. We're going to walk that beach. I'm planning an itinerary. Great spa, yoga. I mean, you name it, you can do it there in Hito. It is one of the best resorts I find. It's good for beginner and for those that are advanced. You are not pressured, and the price point is about right for everyone. So I would say
I got a question real
go
quick.
and check out Hito. Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume it's not gonna be
What's your
like
question,
Freaknik where everybody's enjoying themselves and then somebody rolls up with a camera, right? Like, are you allowed cameras? Are you not allowed cameras or photos? No cameras.
No cameras.
Oh,
No cameras. Yes, no cameras. They do not, and they at the number one. You're at the pool,
yeah.
the wet area, so you're not going to take your phone there anyway. But yeah, they ask that you don't, and people, I will say, are very respectful around that. Because we're all adults. Not everyone is open
Mhm.
about what they're doing in that lifestyle. So I do not find, nor have I heard of people saying that that some pictures or videos have been slipped out. So that's something you don't have to worry about. And they have lots of security. If you're ever uncomfortable, just
Good.
reach out to one of the security guards there. But it's so no, I wouldn't say you have to worry about that. And I haven't seen that on any destinations I've been in. People have been very, very respectful about videotaping, and it's
Cool.
a big no to videotape. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions on that one? So I would say everyone should go, whether you're beginner or advanced. Hito is a place for you. I'm late, but hey guys, hey Monica, how are you? Welcome to the show, sweetheart. We're glad you're here. Hey Monica. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So Hito is one of the best places. Price point, I think it's about $2,800 depending on room. I think it starts around there, something like that. But yeah, you can't go wrong. So y'all
I'm
got any more
excited
questions
for
about
food.
Hito? All right. So let me talk about the next one is in and I'm going to jump all over the place. So the next one that it's really beautiful, by the way, is in
Ooh.
Cancun, Mexico. And this one is called Desire Pearl and Desire Resort. I think there's two of them. Yeah. No, I lied to you. Desire Pearl, and then there's Temptations. So there's two in Cancun, Mexico. Now there is one in Cancun called Desire that I went to. I think it's called Desire Pearl. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, listeners. But Desire Pearl is absolutely beautiful. My first time was there teaching, maybe, I don't know, even a year ago I was there. Number one, they have amazing entertainers. Every place does. Amazing entertainers. Really good and like really good looking. I'm talking like eye candy, like you wouldn't believe eye candy. I mean, some serious eye candy from these people down there. And I actually was teaching them on how to use some of the BDSM, like the whips and stuff like that. And so I had to demonstrate on one of their guys. It wasn't my birthday, but I thought it was. The things that I do to make people happy. But yeah, so I think he enjoyed it. I had to get their technique right, so I was down training the staff.
So the staff down in
Cancun
okay, knows the ins and out of BDSM.
Well, they know they have technique on how to use the whips now, thanks to old Doc
I
Val
mean,
here.
I'm
I
here
did
for
give
it.
them a nice class on it.
Wait,
But can
Dr. Val,
yeah,
before you
so when
get
you walk
into
in,
the
oh,
details of Cancun, we have to go pay some bills real quick.
we're going to play this song. We're going to come right back. Go on YouTube. We're going to answer your questions. So don't you hang up on YouTube. And we will be right back because you know by now that we are Brown Sugar Confessions.
Welcome back to Brown Sugar Confessions. We are talking about very sexy locations where you can go and play with your loved one or join other groups to play. First, we'd like to thank our listeners for always tuning in, whether you are on listening to us through podcast or you are on YouTube watching us now. Hey, we want to say thank you for watching us and helping us grow our community. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, also leave us a comment. We want to know what you're talking about. We want to take the time to say, look, we know that we are on here confessing because y'all heard my Freaknik story about my mama. If you want to confess, please hit us up at brownsugarconfessions.com. We want to say hey to all our listeners out there across the world. We are worldwide now. Did y'all know that?
Worldwide. Yes, honey.
I am like checking the Facebook and I am like, hey, hey, where y'all
Hey,
from?
down under.
But most importantly, we're here to let you know that if you need support, if you need an ear of someone who is not going to judge you about any situation that you're going through, whether you're having questions about what you're doing, what you and your partner are doing, or if things are safe for you and you just need a great intermediary ear free of judgment, you need to reach out to Doc Val. And I have to say that I have used her services personally. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. My sexual health and sexual relationships with my partner and myself, because have never been better. I
Hey.
am able to ask for what I want and receive it. They are able to ask for what they want and they receive steak and a BJ day.
I think that
Yes.
should be a national holiday so the listeners say.
Right? But here's the thing. Sometimes you don't know how to ask because you're afraid. She gives you the tools and the way to do that without feeling like you would be in fear of breaking up. And it's just a safe place all around. And I have to say that I'm better off because I opened up. And if you want to reach Doc Val, do not make fun of my accent
Ma'am.
or we're going to fight. I know I sound like a craw.
Ma'am.
I know I sound like
Yes.
a
Ma'am. A
crawdad,
crawdad though?
Yes.
A
but you
crawdad
going to get
though?
this twang.
Wait, are you a purged or unpurged crawdad? That's the real question.
I don't know. It depends on how sassy you get me. That really is the question. But if you want to reach Doc Val, please reach her at VALERIE at Swan Center, SWANCenter.com. That is Valerie at swancenter.com. Do not be afraid to reach out. It's worth it. It really is. Now, let's
Hey.
get back to the show. So we're gonna talk about some real stuff, y'all, because the hot topic I got is real sassy hot. And first of all, disclaimer, don't do this. Please don't be this person. I mean, and if you do, you better come confess.
Ooh, that kind of spicy.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
So
Right.
look,
All right, let's
so
hear it.
a woman had a cork removed from her lotus after botched intercourse after 3.5 years.
Say it again now. What?
I'm going to say it again. A
Yeah, please.
woman
Uh-huh.
had a cork removed from her lotus.
Like a
A
wine
cork, like a wine
a
cork.
cork.
That thing that they stick in wine to keep
Yeah,
from
a
falling out the
wine
bottle.
cork. A cork.
Okay.
Oh,
Now, okay.
I
I'm
want
like,
to know
what?
logistics.
It had
Okay.
been, yeah,
Yes.
look, the one that goes like this.
Yes. Okay.
It had
Ooh.
been in there for 3.5 years, y'all.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
I got stories of a woman with a
Wait,
beer bottle, but we can
we
say that
can't
for another
combine
day.
these stories?
Why?
Because I got questions.
I mean, we can. We can.
I want to know.
Okay,
But I'm trying to
you're
get
right,
to
you're
the
right.
sexy
You're
resorts. Okay.
Oh, okay. Calm down. But no, the beer bottle. Okay, but go back to the cork.
Okay. So a Serbian woman was left incontinent after putting a cork in her lotus during a intercourse game, and had
How
been
did she
in there for
lose it?
3.5 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So the Winceworthy story incident occurred after an unnamed 19-year-old inserted a stopper of a hairspray bottle in she was impaired when she did this. Whether it was the D word or alcohol, I don't know. After an initial attempt to uncork herself, she was unsuccessful. The gal decided to leave the foreign body in place due to embarrassment. She had refrained from going to the hospital, obviously, because of shame and judgment. And let's be honest, she was in Serbia. So, I mean, I'm not going to say like healthcare is like bad, but what I'm going to say is we know that in countries like that, and even in like, let's say countries that we live in, you can get shamed by a doctor or a nurse and it can leave you in a worse state.
Absolutely.
But the New York Post says the backed up Belgrade resident didn't seek medical attention for nearly 4 years when she lost control of her bladder. The obstruction apparently did not impede her menstrual cycles, which were occurring regularly. When she arrived at the doctor's office, medics noted that the tissue surrounding the cork had grown heavily swollen. The medical professionals proceeded to extract the cork from the teen with standard gynecological instruments, but she wasn't out of the woods yet. After inserting a urinary catheter, medics finally pinpointed the source of her incontinence. She reportedly had a whole bladder and her vagina wall had been fistulated. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, that for all of us out there
Oh my
that are
God.
nurses and know anything about like that,
Oh wow.
it is impacted.
Oh my
So
God.
ugh,
Ugh.
I want to cry right now. If y'all can see the tears in my eyes, I want to cry because she had to
Oh.
be in pain. She was referred to a urologist, and the urologist really didn't know what to do. Speaking in unlikely items in an unusual orifice, a French hospital had to particularly evacuate last year from a senior. This is from a senior citizen. They had to get artillery shell out of a World
Oh,
War
I
II
remember
vet
that story.
out of his rectum.
I remember that story. I
Oh,
remember that
Elon.
story.
No.
I think we actually talked about that
No.
story. We talked about that story.
Yes, we did. We did talk about this story. So the term play safe and stay safe for us really hits home. This was a
It does.
young child who did this.
Yeah.
At
Mhm.
19, she had it removed. And if it had been in there for almost 3 years,
Yeah.
she was young. So I will not
Right.
speak ill of a young child who did not know and
Exploring.
was probably, playing truth or dare or exploring. Like, yo, it happens. But
It
what I'm going to
happens.
say is don't stick things up there. No matter what kind of attention you think you're going to get, it ain't healthy. Ask the woman who stuck the beer bottle up there.
See, now you went back to it, and I was gonna leave it alone, but now I need to know.
Yeah, but now you going. Now, what happened with the beer bottle? Well, first of all, I concur with you, Treese. If I know, we have young adults that listen to Brown Sugar, and we are big advocates in staying safe, and play safe. Please do not put foreign objects into your cavities. There are some amazing toys on the market. Contact me at Valerie@swancenter.com. I will direct you to a great toy manufacturer. You can buy a safe toy that you can use, but do not put cucumbers and corks.
So no
And
bottles,
now we're
no
going to talk about
cans,
beer
no
bottles.
corks,
So, okay,
no artillery
no
shells,
candy, nothing.
Nothing.
no shotguns,
No artillery, none of that inside.
nothing.
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 We
Nothing.
talked about that a while
Now
ago
she
too.
said
We ain't going
shotguns.
back
Lord
there.
Jesus,
No
nothing goes up
shotguns.
in there.
Now I'm like, all right, so we're talking about.
We're not going back there.
Okay, so what happened was military, young, people want to do
They ain't got nothing to lose.
dumb stuff. Let's be completely honest. The military, let's not act like we're smarter. We're not. We're just a bunch of dumb folks who just happen to be gathered at a base. We went for a camping trip, and let's be honest, it's a bunch of guys and a couple of girls, and I happen to be one of the girls. And girls get around guys sometimes, and we want to do dumb things to get attention. And little old me back in the day, I was not about that attention. I was a nerd. I was like, let's go get comic books, guys. And everybody else is doing very sexy stuff. And I'm like, this is weird. We were on a camping trip. The girl, all these guys, she had a crush on a guy and wanted to show, like, I guess her prowess. I don't know. But I remember it very vividly. It was a Heineken bottle. And my supervisor snatched me up by my ponytail and was like, get your bum in that tent.
Dang.
You're not even supposed to be out here. And
Oh my
she
goodness.
took that beer bottle and
She sat on it.
pushed it inside. There was no hole. There was no hole at the other end of the beer bottle. I want you to think about the suction that created.
Oh no.
Wild.
Oh my.
Yeah, she ended up having to go
no.
to the ER. It was a whole mess. There was an incident report. The police questioned me, and I was like, I was in the tent.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A beer bottle.
A beer bottle. So please, no attention is worth that. It's not. Leave it alone. Just be normal. And when I say normal, stick things that are supposed to go in there.
Yeah.
Into the private places.
No, please play safe, be safe. I know it seems like, oh, guys will want me or girls will want me after I do this. No, you're going to go to the hospital and then you're going to be the weird person.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say if you're not sure, ladies and gents, as I said, reach out to me. I will actually, we can have a little discussion. Everyone that's listening always gets a 15-minute consultations with me. And, I can say, hey, if you've got this concern, or this isn't working for you, try this toy and direct you where to go. But just reach out to me. Please do not put stuff up in you. Let's just be safe, all right, instead of sorry. All right. So thank you, Treese, for those updates about cavities. And keep gerbils,
stay safe,
beer bottles, animals, stay safe, play safe. That's what we got to say. Now we're going to jump back into talking about some of these resorts. I was talking about Desire, right?
Yes.
Yeah. In Cancun. Right. Cancun. So Desire has, it's a beautiful resort. It's a 4-star resort. They have, Really great. I think there's 3 or 4 restaurants. You have to make reservations at their restaurants. I do not believe there are upcharges as well. I think everything is included, but you have to make reservations. Really great buffets. Again, pizza
I mean,
stations.
pizzas are
Why
all
do
like
swingers like
universal.
pizza? I don't know. But I shouldn't even say swingers.
Universal.
I keep using the word swingers, but it's not swingers. It's lifestyle people. People that, because there's nudists that just go. There's just adults that don't want to be around kids that want to be naked that go. Or just want to be around sexy
I
people
want to
that
be with the
just are
beautiful people.
like having a whole vibe. So you don't have to be. Yeah, you don't. Let me correct myself. You do not need to be a person that exchanges partners to go to these resorts. These are just adults only, period. Okay? That's all they are. So, beautiful resort, great spa, by the way. We did their spa. They had a great couples massage in your own room, really high end. Desire also has what they call the mansion. The mansion is like they have their own separate dining facility. They have their own separate playrooms. Everything is separate for those that live or want to resort. The mansion. The mansion is at a high price point, like crazy high. I want to say like 20 some odd thousand. But yeah, it's really high for the mansion. But it is quite, I saw the rooms, absolutely spectacular. Anything you could possibly want. So that is Desire. They also have, and I think it's a sister resort, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. Now I will also tell you, if I recall correct, when I was there, it was sexy seniors. So, and when they senior, they said like 45 and
The
over.
senior age
That's kind of
starts at
the
45?
age that was at this resort.
Whoa.
I guess. I don't know, but that seemed to be the people that were there. I think because the price point was a little higher. So they were a little bit older, I did notice. But it could be just that event I was at. I don't know if that's their standard crowd or not. Because as I said, that was my first time there. But it's really quite beautiful resort. Very laid back, very chill. Not like Hito, which has a lot of activities, lots to do, lots of parties, up, all the time. I found that resort to be much more of a chill kind of vibe. But I say go check it out. All right. The next one I want to talk about is right in Florida. Kissimmee, Florida. For those that live in, because there's a place
Cypress
called
That sounds
Cypress
sexy.
Cove. Like somebody writing it down. It does, right? Now, I have not been there, but if you want to experience a nudist colony. Now, at all these places, you can do nudists show up at these places. Now, I think that the one in Kissimmee is mostly a nudist resort. So I think if you want to play, you need to take your play back to your own room. But for the most part, it is nude, adults only. But they have lakefront oasis games. They have tennis and boating. A really beautiful resort. And they also have an RV campground down there. But all of this is all nude. They also have suites and villas that you can rent. So that's a little closer, for you to travel down right now. But Kissimmee, Florida is a great location for you to go check it out.
Right?
The next
Yeah.
one,
Right in
yep,
Mickey
babe.
Mouse Land.
Right in
Because if you get tired of
yes,
kids,
right,
just throw
right
your
in Mickey
clothes
Mouse
off
Land. Ain't but
and go
Mickey.
walk on the beach. They can't
That's
follow
it.
you there.
There you go, Kissimmee. And the sun and the sand looks really white in the pictures, like white sandy beach. Really nice beaches look like in that picture. But I would say go check that out and take your loved one. And I want to talk about 2 more. Then I'm going to tell you what to pack because you don't need a
Good.
lot.
Because I
Really,
need that.
I'm
I
gonna tell you
need
what
the
to pack
packing
first.
list.
All right. Yes. The first thing you got to do, you got to go on the website. You got to see what the theme nights are. Because if you want to be a part of the community, some people go hard with costuming, like cosplay to the max, like, everything. And some people just get a t-shirt. My husband is like, oh, get me a t-shirt. That's all he wears. Cowboy night. Get me a t-shirt. That's all he's got. What does it say? Save a horse,
love
ride
it.
a cowboy. That's his t-shirt.
The Notorious G is all about simplicity.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, so that's what his T-shirt says. He straight up, you know. So he's got T-shirts, and I go over the top, like not
Didn't you
over,
like
but like
dress as
maybe
like
a
what's that one
seven,
lady from
and then some
yeah.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, I did that. I did that over the top. Yeah, I did. That was fun with the blonde. What was her
Daenerys.
name? Oh God, I
Yeah.
forgot her name now.
Daenerys.
Yes, Daenerys. Daenerys Star. Yeah, that one, Targaryen. I did. That was a lot of fun. So you can dress up as much as you want or not at all. But first thing I would say is check out the website, get the theme nights down, because and dress you and your partner up, because that's a lot of fun, and it also kind of builds the camaraderie and like who has the best costumes. The second thing you want to do is sunscreen, and more sunscreen, because you're naked. It's hot. No matter where you are, these places are not Alaska. Okay, you need sunscreen,
That just
and it's hot.
sounds
You gonna be
terrible.
naked? No,
You did
we
that?
did that. It was nice though. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, we did that. Yeah, on the cruise we did that, but it was unusually warm, and I did a whole
With like
shoot
the
out there and
icebergs
had
and
an
everything?
audio, and it was a lot of fun. But okay, another day. Yeah, as a picture, yeah,
I
it's
have a new
quite. It
goal
was
in
a lot of
life.
fun. They actually have a video of me because I was next to oh God, the lady that does naked news in Canada. And
Oh, that's
she
cool.
was there and she interviewed me, and yeah, so the
I've
Canada
seen that
has a
channel.
channel called Naked News, and all their yes, well, I was on one of their segments being interviewed. My clothes were on, but I'll put that link up so you guys could look at it in brown sugar. And I forgot the lady's name. Stunning, tall, blonde lady. I forgot her name. Anyway, interviewed me. And so, yeah, she was buck naked in Alaska. We just had snow boots on. It was the cutest thing ever. So check it. So what am I say? Check it out. So yeah, check out that show. It's called Naked News. But anyway, yeah, sunscreen. Accessories are more important than anything. So I always say bring more accessories and clothes. You don't really need them unless you go for dinner, and then you have something nice for dinner to wear. And you don't even need bathing suits unless you want to leave the resort. But pack lightly. Save yourself. You can put most stuff in a carry-on unless you've got into a lot of costuming. But most it's pack lightly. I pack a lot of accessories. I bring, the shoes, and it's the shoes for me. Like one of my girlfriends, she actually had like 5
5?
suitcases she brought down. And I think 4 of them were shoes. They were just huge. They did a Kiss theme. So she had Kiss boots,
Ooh.
from Gene Simmons. They had that whole theme. So she
Like the
actually
whole
had Kiss
sequins and
boots.
studs.
Yeah, the holes the boots that were like 10 feet tall. Yes, the whole
I'm just
thing.
thinking
That
she
was a
brought
suitcase
5
by
suitcases,
itself,
and
the
currently right
boots.
now, like after your first suitcase, it goes up. Like the price doubles, right? So that means the first suitcase was
Yeah.
30.
I
The other 4 were at least 60 going forward and back.
I will tell you, a price point
I'm about to
she
say
was
she
not
had to
worried
be in the
about. She's
Million
in the
Billionaire
billionaire
Club.
club. She wouldn't worry about it. She was not worried about it, and she had the suitcases driven
Dang.
up to the boat. She wasn't worried
I
about
know
it at
that's
all. When you
right.
got that kind of money, you do what you got to do, right? She wasn't worried. She had concierge from the moment she left her house till the moment she got on that ship. And then she had concierge in her penthouse. She wasn't worried. But yeah, gorgeous. I mean, totally top, right? So you can have like so much fun with it. And the last one I'm going to talk about, then I know we've got to go, but this was a lot of fun, and oh God, where's my list at? Is
Ooh.
Temptations in Cancun. So I told you about Desire. Then we have one called Temptations. Temptations is 24. I call it 24/7.
Oh, it's club
Like
music.
hard
That
music. It's just
club music.
it's club music. Yes. Oof, 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 all day, all night. It's hard. There's younger people there. So you'll find all age brackets there. The music is intense. The people are on all the tours. Everyone's beautiful. You can be 21 to 90. Everyone is beautiful and living their best life. Temptations does attract a younger crowd that I've been told. I have not been there. I didn't make it there yet, but it is humongous. I hear the rooms are magnificent. And again, they have a lot of sponsor like bachelorette parties. They go down to Temptations. They also hold a lot of divorce parties there, believe it or not, at Temptations. Yeah. So, but the one thing about most of these places, well, I know in Temptations, you cannot do any sexual explicit acts there. You have to go back to your room for those kinds of acts. So it kind of reminds me of Kissimmee, Florida, where, the nudist resort. Just take it back to your room. If you find a partner and want to hook up, hey, have your private time. So, and the last one I want to talk about, because I think we have time. I think Katie says have like a couple more minutes, because I did Southern Florida, Kissimmee. Now I'm going to talk about in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. So those up here on our land, there is one called, it's called Paradise Stream Resort. It's in the Poconos. It's a mountain getaway, and they have what's called the Champagne Tower. They have tennis, snowshoeing, bicycling, nature trail walks, and a whole lot more. That place again is like Kissimmee, where it's like, it's for sexy adults. So it's not what I would call a play destination, but it's a destination for adults to go that want to have fun and get their sexy on. Very sexy place. Yes, Miss Katie.
Been there. It's very tame. It's very tame. It's not really adult themed. It's just a place that no kids are allowed. You go, you have everything's in your room. So you have like a pool in your room, champagne towers, jacuzzi, everything's there. Outside of like the room area, most of the stuff you do is just like regular horseback riding and archery. So they have 3 different locations, I believe it is. That's all part of the same organization. And they have like ice skating rink at one of it used to be an ice skating rink. It's a fake ice skating rink. Like, have you ever seen a fake ice skating rink? It's kind of weird. But they have all sorts of stuff. So one time when I went there, I did notice, or we took note, that there was probably an older couple there that kind of gave us a wink and a nod. I think they wanted us to come hang out with them in that kind of way. And I was like, I wonder if they're me and my husband looked at each other like, do you think
Did they have the upside down pineapple among them?
Oh, okay.
Did they have the black ring on the right
There
hand?
you go. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Miss T has been taking notes for our discussion.
I gotta know what's
she
up.
has.
That's it. So, I hope you guys have learned something about, sexy destinations, because it's a time of year you and your boo want to go have a nice vacation. You don't want to take the kids. So why not do something a little different and go to an adult only resort, inclusive, be naked, not play, not, but just be around sex, positive, fun, energetic people. All right. So I hope you enjoyed it. Send me an email at valerie@swancenter.com if you have any questions. And I think by now you guys know what we say out there, especially after Teresa's hot topic. We want you always to stay safe and to play safe. And don't forget, in 2 weeks, we're in Jamaica and we're going to give away lingerie, but you've got to be on YouTube for this drawing during the break time, as we're going to do it. So, you know what we say, to stay safe and play safe. Bye-bye for now, guys. Thanks for listening to another episode of Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. Go to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at Brown Sugar Confessions to like, share, and follow. Stay safe and play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.